I was talking with a good friend of mine, and he reminded me something that I had forgotten. Have you ever noticed someone constantly bouncing their leg, twirling their hair, tapping their pencil, playing with their rings? Maybe that someone is you. If so, you may have wondered, does this mean I'm anxious? Well, that answer is a firm maybe. Fidgeting is one of the most common signs of anxiety, but it isn't anxiety by itself. Lots of people use it because they're full of energy, or they're excited, or they're simply in the habit of keeping their fingers busy. The key is to look at the entire picture. Anxiety doesn't just affect your thoughts, it affects your whole person. And it can show up physically in your body, emotionally in how you feel, mentally in the thoughts that race through your mind, and behaviorally in the things you do. The interesting thing is that many of these things seem to be completely unrelated. You might have stomach aches and never connect them to anxiety. You might be exhausted all the time, even when you've slept well. You might be constantly procrastinating or snapping at people you love without realizing that your nervous system has been working overtime. Today, I want to walk you through each one of these areas: physical, mental, emotionally, and behavioral, so you can begin to recognize signs. My hope isn't that you'll label yourself as anxiety. In fact, I hate labels. My hope is that you'll become curious about what your nervous system may be trying to tell you. Because once you understand the message, you're in a much better position to treat yourself well and respond with compassion instead of criticism. Let's start with the body. Okay, many people think anxiety just lives in the head, but a lot of times the body is what reacts first. You might notice that bouncing knee, or the fidgeting fingers, the twirling of the hair, the tapping the pencil, picking at your fingernails or biting them. When you stand in line, maybe switching from one foot to the other. These little movements aren't random. They're often your body's way of releasing extra energy. Imagine a racehorse standing at the starting gate. It doesn't just stand there waiting to run. It's got all of this tension, and so it's prepared for movement. And so it stomps its foot, it throws its head around, it paws, it snorts, it's shifting its weight back and forth. So the horse is releasing some of that stored up energy. The nervous system does something very similar. The problem is there usually isn't anywhere for that energy to go. You might be in a situation where you're sitting in a meeting, or standing in church, or driving your car, or trying to fall asleep, and your body is saying, let's move, and your circumstances say, sit still. That creates tension, and tension has to go somewhere. For some people, it comes out as fidgeting. Think about your own body for a moment. Do you clench your jaw? Do you carry your shoulders up next to your ears? Do you wake up with headaches? Notice that your neck feels tight by the end of the day? Many people live with so much muscle tension that they no longer even notice it. Their body has been bracing for so long it's forgotten what natural feels like. Other physical signs can include sweating, trembling, stomach aches, nausea, a racing heart, shallow breathing, frequently sighing, difficulty sleeping, or simply feeling exhausted all the time. Now let's move into mental signs. This is where most people recognize anxiety. Constant worrying, racing thoughts, thinking about possible outcomes, replaying conversations from yesterday or years ago, practicing conversations that haven't happened yet, trying to predict every possible outcome before it occurs, difficulty concentrating. It's like your brain has 20 different browsers open and trying to handle it all at once. The interesting thing is that your brain believes it's helping you. It thinks if I can think hard enough, if I can think long enough, maybe I can prevent something from happening, something bad from happening. But life doesn't work that way. No amount of worry changes tomorrow. It only steals today. Let's revisit that. No amount of worrying changes tomorrow. It only steals today. Whew. That's a good one. Now, let's move over to the emotional signs. You may find yourself feeling overwhelmed by things that wouldn't normally bother you. You might become irritable, more sensitive, or easily startled. Or you may have a vague feeling that something isn't right, even though you can't explain why. That feeling has a name. It's called dread. It's the sensation that danger is nearby, even when there isn't any obvious danger at all. Your nervous system is simply doing its job a little too well. Now let's talk about the behavioral signs. These are often the easiest for other people to notice, but the hardest for us to connect with anxiety. Maybe you procrastinate, not because you're lazy, but because starting feels overwhelming. Maybe you're constantly checking things. Your phone, the stove, the door, the lock, the light switch. Maybe you ask people for reassurance over and over. Or maybe you become a perfectionist because if everything is perfect, maybe nothing bad will happen. Perfectionism is anxiety wearing a very good disguise. Another hidden sign is staying busy all the time. Some people just can't relax. The moment they sit down, their minds begin racing. So they keep cleaning, they keep working, scrolling, planning, organizing, doing anything except being still. Silence can feel really uncomfortable when your nervous system has learned that stillness is unsafe. One thing I'd really like you to hear today: having these signs does not mean there's something wrong with you. Your nervous system has one primary job: to keep you alive. If it believes danger exists, whether that danger is physically real or not, or emotionally real or not, it prepares your body to act. That preparation causes all of these symptoms. Your body isn't trying to make your life miserable. It's trying to protect you. The challenge is that many nervous systems learn to stay on high alert long after danger passed. Perhaps you grew up in a home where there was constant conflict. Perhaps life became unbearable. Maybe you experienced loss, illness, betrayal, this chronic stress, or was in a situation where you had to do something that you really didn't want to do. Your nervous system adapted. it became really, really good at watching for danger. And we always can find a golden nugget. So we've got good news. What the nervous system learned, the nervous system can be retrained. Your nervous system can learn safety. Not overnight, and not because someone tells you to relax. That's not going to happen. But little by little, one safe moment at a time, one calming breath at a time. One experience of realizing, I'm okay right now. The goal isn't to stop fidgeting. The goal isn't even to eliminate anxiety. The goal is to create enough safety that is inside your nervous system that those behaviors become less necessary. When the body finally believes that it's safe, it naturally lets go of the tension that has been building and being carried. So next time you catch yourself bouncing your knee, or playing with your keys, picking at your fingers, don't immediately judge yourself. Instead, get curious and ask yourself, what's my body trying to tell me? What am I feeling right now? What am I thinking right now? What do I need at this moment? Sometimes the answer is movement. Sometimes it's rest or connection. Sometimes it's simply taking one deep, slow breath and reminding yourself, I'm safe right now. That simple sentence probably won't change your circumstances. But when you repeat it often enough, paired with experiences of genuine safety, it can begin teaching your nervous system something new. When your nervous system begins to believe it, your body follows, your mind follows. Your emotions settle. Your behaviors begin to change naturally. And eventually, your life begins to follow as well. Thanks for joining me.